After transmigrating to this world, Ling realized that this was a place where strength spoke louder than words. He was ready to make his mark. In the Federation, students attending various higher education institutions in different cities are allocated a demon egg when they turn 18. By signing a contract with this demon egg, they can obtain a spiritual pet. This is the only way for common students to get their first spiritual pet. Of course, this only applies to common students. For those from powerful and influential families, obtaining a demon egg is incredibly easy. Unfortunately, Ling was not a member of any prestigious family. He was merely a student funded by the Federation. Therefore, Ling had no way of obtaining a rarer demon egg. When his predecessor received his first demon egg, he was full of hope. But when he used his blood to sign the contract with the demon egg, a flash of black light appeared. The demon egg, enveloped in the black light, gradually transformed into a terrifying creature, an ugly, frightening demon, with a body as hard as stone, incapable of walking and could only help a zombie. Seeing that his spiritual pet was a zombie, his predecessor's hopeful heart was instantly filled with despair. The demon egg provided by the school could yield any kind of spiritual pet, purely based on luck. There was no information about the spiritual pet on the demon egg. Thus, there was no way to cheat the system. But contracting a zombie as a spiritual pet, one had to admire his predecessor's luck. What the fuck kind of luck was that? In this world, zombies were notorious as waste spiritual pets, although their defense was extremely strong at the same rank. Their movement speed was exceptionally slow. Moreover, the most critical issue was that zombies could not evolve. This meant that zombies would always remain the same, unable to improve their combat power through evolution. Their growth power was fixed, making them perpetually useless. Such spiritual pets were only slightly better than common household pets. Pets had the advantage of being cute and making their owners happy, but zombies did not. Apart from scaring people, they couldn't even outrun a dog. What could one expect from such a spiritual pet? After obtaining the zombie spiritual pet, his predecessor was utterly desperate. He believed he was destined to be a waste who could never become a spirit tamer. Unable to become a spirit tamer, he could only be a common person. Because of this, his predecessor lived a muddled life, thinking he had no hope and had given up on himself. This was why Ling could take over his body so easily. His predecessor had lost the will to live, allowing Ling to devour him effortlessly. If it had been a soul with a strong will to live, who would have devoured whom would be uncertain. Fortunately, the zombie spiritual pet had extremely strong defense. Even though its combat power was only first rank first level, its defense could rival first rank second level or even third level. But relying solely on defense was not enough to get into the Spirit Tamer Academy. Even as a reborn, Ling had racked his brains but to no avail. Sigh. With a deep sigh, Ling looked out the window, his eyes filled with melancholy. He hadn't expected that after living another life in such a vibrant world, he would still end up as a common person. Anyone would be unwilling to accept this. Other transmigrators either have a golden finger or immense power, capable of destroying the world. How did I end up in such a miserable state? Thinking of himself as a transmigrator, Ling felt he had disgraced the entire transmigrator community. Ling, don't think too much. If you can't get in, you can't get in. I say, even if you don't get in, you can still be a common office worker. No need to risk your life. Isn't that great? At this moment, a voice came from behind, and a large, sturdy hand patted Yiling's shoulder. Without looking, Yiling knew who it was. Chenzi, his current desk mate and the only good friend, or rather, good brother, he had in school. Chenzi also came from a common family, but his luck was much better than Yiling's. He had obtained a wind wolf, a spiritual pet of decent quality that could evolve. With Chenzi's conditions, a bit of effort would get him into a mid-tier Spirit Tamer Academy without much trouble. Of course, aiming for a higher tier academy would be challenging for him. At this moment, Yiling was motionless, as if he were frozen. Yiling, not getting any response, Chenzi called out again, puzzled. Meanwhile, Yiling was entirely immersed in his mind, because just as Chenzi spoke, a mechanical, emotionless voice echoed in the depths of his mind. Ding! Detected that the host's first spiritual pet has reached 100% growth, meeting the activation conditions for the Taming spirit system. Please wait. 1%、7%、18%、35%、55%、80%、100%。Taming spirit system activated successfully. Although the voice was devoid of emotion, to Yiling it was like the sound of heaven, because just as he was about to give up, he finally believed that he too had a system. This was his golden finger.